Hi friends, it's Liz here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a really quick and easy accordion style ephemera holder. I absolutely love how quickly we can put one together and also all the different things you can add to it to make it your own. Now I've done something similar to this before, and these have been done for a very long time. These types of little albums slash I call them like flat snail mail. However, like I said, depending on what you add to it, you can certainly make this a little different. I'm going to show you what I've made, and then we'll make one together in this video, plus decorate it a little bit. So the first thing that I've done just for the cover, just, done a little bit of layering. I've used several pieces from your Creative Studio. I believe some from Taperlogy. The first pocket here, I have added just one of the tags, one of my vintage Polaroids. The digital sets are in my shop. I will link those below. And then this is the first die cut that I have used. As you can see, it's a bit of a photo theme with this. I have some like a little belly band that I've added here again with a little die cut. And I'm just putting these in the back so you could see if you've got like small little photos, they would look super cute there as well. So in this fabric pocket, I added a few more pieces, another Polaroid, vintage style Polaroid from my digital kit, and then another die cut. I did want to mention the majority of the digitals I'm using in this project are from Digital Collage Club. I will have the links to the shop and the coupon codes as well that you can use in the description box below. I'll try and add that to my blog as well. So I found this these little Rolodex cards in a vintage shop, and then I decided to make my own with some of the papers in my collection as well, and also from DCC. So you can see it came with the little plastic cover, and so I decided to add it to this one as well. So there's a couple of those in here that I've added just as decorative, and also areas where you could journal on the back. I left the fronts almost as something that you can continue to collage on or embellish yourself. And then here on this side, I love this little slotted pocket. That's a Tim Holtz die. And I love using that because it really adds extra pockets for additional ephemera. And so that's what I did on this side. So for the back, I didn't do much because it's the back of the folio here. But then you see you turn it over again, and then you've got another entire side to go through. So I made another mini folder. This is again using my digital collage, my digital pieces. I made a fabric pocket here. And then on this side, I added some of those little cutout holes there from my little zooter that I have. I think that's what it's called. So here again is another one of those cards that I made, the little Rolodex cards. And then I added this little camera digital as a little pocket. And then I made this again with another piece of ephemera from DCC. You can see if you add a photo or something in there, you can see it through the little camera lens. On this side, I just made a little tag again with some of the ephemera. And I made a little kind of like flip up, flip down, where you could do a little bit of journaling inside of it. And I just added a little washi tape to keep the flap closed. So you can do some journaling here. But also if you wanted to glue either side, this could become a little envelope. And then this side, which is the back, I just added a pocket, little torn piece of paper, and some collages on top of it. So super fun and easy to do. We'll make one together. And then I also wanted to mention that I do get asked a lot, how, where I find my pieces and how someone can put something together the same way that I have. So I actually have a couple of these in the shop right now. I'm only going to have a few of them. A kit that comes with the album. I'll show you a little bit more in a minute about what it comes with, and then I'll also show you how we are going to put one together. So if you do happen to purchase the kit that I've put together for it, then you know exactly how I put mine together. And if you wanted to do the same, you could, or you could use all the pieces individually on your own and make it yourself. All right, so let me show you what is included in the kit, and then we'll make one together. Okay, so in the little kit, you will receive the pieces that I used in this project. So I'll have an accordion little booklet all ready to go with the little, punched out holes and the little pocket there. You can decorate it as you wish. And then I'll be including the pieces that will be used to make the project, very similar to the one I made. So each kit will have one of the Tim Holtz butterflies, the transparent wing butterflies. You'll have one of the labels that goes on the front. And then of course I've got some of the die cuts that I used in the project as well. A couple pieces of fabric to make the pockets. And if you remember, we have the larger pocket on one side of the accordion and then the little tuck on the other side. So you'll have the fabrics off that one. They'll include a tag similar to the one I used. I cut the bottom of mine up to use as a pocket in a different area there. And then of course, we've got the additional pieces. I'll include some additional pieces of ephemera here and there. You'll have this die cut as well, and this little one. You'll also have the plastic one, the white one, and a few of the ones that I made that are the Rolodex style cards. So I will add those as well. You'll have a handmade little file folder with this one as well, the slotted pockets. That's also a Tim Holtz die. And they'll all be coordinating nicely, again, because I've used some of my printables and some from Digital Collage Club, as you can see here. You'll have a few pieces of these really nice see-through bits here, and these are the cards that I mentioned. You'll have a few of my mini vintage Polaroids. They're also a digital download if you wanted to get some of those. I've got a little torn pocket that you can use. And then of course the, I'm just trying to find the torn pockets you can see, and that you'll decorate as you wish. I also will include the little flip up, flip down with some random piece of ephemera as well that I think coordinates nicely. And then you'll have one of these little sticker stamps that I used on the front. So a piece of this as well, which I'll include, and I think I added that as an ephemera piece somewhere else I think in the camera little pocket. You will also have the little camera pocket, which I forgot to show you right now. This piece, you'll have this piece as well. And this is the piece that I mentioned. You'll have a small piece that fits into that pocket as well. And I think that's it. I don't think I forgot anything else. And I thought about putting a few together because I've had many comments and messages about some of you wanting to recreate something that I've made, but you don't have the same pieces and you want it to look very similar to mine. So I thought, why not share a few kits that you can make something very similar to what I've made. So I hope you like that idea. Okay, so let's get started with putting this together. Okay, so to get started with this project, to make the base, we're just going to take a sheet of paper. This is almost like an 8.5 by 11, a little bit shorter because I had to cut some of the edges off. And I'm folding this in half the long way. And then once that's done, we're just going to be tearing it in half and then starting our project from there. And I hope you follow along. I don't have measurements for this one because I find that it's just so much more fun to just kind of fold it as you wish. And you'll see what I mean as I'm working through the process here. And for this project, I'm using a lot of digitals from Digital Collage Club. I will have the shop link and coupon codes below for you. This is just one of my favorites from their shop and I use it so often. So I thought I would make some of these little projects, kind of featuring this digital in the project as well. I'm trying to decide what will be the front and what will be sort of the back page of this little accordion ephemera holder. And then once I decide that, then I'm going to start my folds to make the tabs to connect it together. So for the cover and I guess the first few pages, you'll see me fold one, maybe like it's a ½ an inch or an inch of paper to the inside, which will become the pocket. And then the back of this sheet, I'm also folding about a ½ an inch behind it because it will be our hinge to attach both pieces together. Okay, so while we are crafting and putting this together, I hope you just follow me along. You'll see the pieces that I'm using are what I tried to make very similar ones to the one I showed you at the beginning of the video so that you can see how I put it together and, you know, make one of your own. And now I'm going to attach the second part of this little accordion, just using the hinge and gluing these two together. And as I'm doing that, I'm also sort of eyeballing and measuring what the next couple pages will be like for this project. So I hope you're all doing well. It's a long weekend for us here in Ontario, Canada. And when I am doing this voiceover, it's on a Monday. So hopefully you all had a lovely weekend. I tried to get this video up a little bit earlier, but we had a lot of things done at the house, you know, just catching up with chores and that sort of thing. So it was an enjoyable but busy weekend for us, which is nice. I did want to talk about Instagram, and I'm not sure how many of you are on Instagram or share on Instagram, but there's been a huge change happening that I just found out about, and you may already know. I noticed a lot of those that share on it and post on it that they wanted to go back to having more photos instead of more videos or reels. And reels are just videos, just in a different format if you're not familiar with it. However, the update is that going forward, any video share, even as a, you know, as a post, is going to be switched to a reel. So they're actually pushing more video than anything else on Instagram. I don't think they're going back to photos as much as a lot of people would like. And, you know, that's good or bad depending on the type of person that shares on Instagram. So I have noticed, of course, like many of you, if you do use Instagram, that there are a lot more videos, a lot more reels that are shared. And many people have noticed that when they share photos, they don't have a lot of views. They don't have a lot of, I guess, comments, etc., because the algorithm isn't pushing that as much. So, you know, I go back to trying to figure out a way that you can share this maybe on your own website, or, you know, do something that you can control. That's what I started doing with my blog. Now, I haven't been as active on it because I went to start my coffee site, and that, I have to say, still works a lot better. It's easier to post there. It's easier to share with you there. However, I will try and keep up with my blog for those of you that follow, just because I know it's easier for those of you that don't have social media as well, and, you know, don't want to switch around, etc., to be able to connect there. So again, you know, it's just been so strange how Instagram has decided to go forward with pushing videos more. And, you know, I guess it is keeping up with the demand of TikTok and all the other social media platforms where short videos are being shared, and there's so much of that going on. And to be honest, I did not think that there could ever be TikToks for sharing journal projects or scrapbook paper projects. I just didn't think there was a demand, but apparently there seems to be. So that's another area where I think things are shifting as well. Instagram is trying to keep up with all the different ones out there. And I guess we'll see how that turns out and what ends up happening overall with Instagram. Are you, any of you, thinking of moving to a different platform, or just sticking to a different platform, or do you even care? Okay, getting back to this project, I think I'm just going to decorate a little bit. You can just watch me decorate, and then you'll get to see how I use the pieces that are in the kit, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration to make your own. I have some fun things coming up in August, and I can't believe it's August. So I'll be sharing those with you very soon. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, kind of putting a few more tutorials together and some more fun projects and easy projects that you can make when you have a few moments to put something together, whether it is for yourself or to send to a friend and that sort of thing. Another thing I'm looking forward to is swaps. I'll be hosting another swap very soon, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. The one I did last year worked very nicely, except there was just so much to keep up with, so I've changed it a little bit going forward. And if you wanted to join, then I guess that will be something that we can chat about a little bit further in the next few videos. So as you can see, this is so easy to put together if you've got the pieces, you know, cut up and ready to be used. If you wanted to purchase one of the kits that I'm going to have available, it will just have all the pieces ready for you to add, and just sort of follow along to see what I have done in this video, and you can make one very similar to mine. I won't have the washi tapes, or I think that's probably the only things that I won't be adding to the kit, because there's just so many different ones. But the ones that I had already shown you, you'll definitely be getting those to make your own little kit. And let me know what you think, if you like this idea, if I should continue doing this going forward. When I share a project, do you want to have the pieces available so that you can make one yourself? Or do you just like following along and using your own items, which is also the reasons why I make the videos. As always, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. This way you'll know when I have another video coming up. And I do have a few more tutorials coming up. I've got my studio / craft room tour very quickly, getting that together. I can't wait to show you my little tiny space where I work, and it's always a work in progress, just like the work that I'm doing. I always seem to change my mind as to where a shelf will go, or you know, a table spot or something, and it's really a flowing setup for me, which I think I have to figure it out a little bit better. Now, when it comes to organizing my space, this has been very interesting. I've had several different areas in my home where I've had space to do my creative projects, and every single one, there's a couple things that I notice that keep happening, and I'm trying to figure out how to make that work a little bit better. So as an example, I pile things. And what I mean by that is, if I'm working, let's say on this project, I, you know, cut up all the pieces, I make sure everything is together like in a little you know, package, but then I'll end up piling all the packages together, and that's sort of how I like to keep them. If I'm working on a printable, so with Digital Collage Club, when I'm printing out the digitals, and you know, I've got different ideas on what I'm doing with them, I'll pile all those together and keep them on my desk. So eventually I end up with many piles, and I organize those piles. I've actually purchased one of those carts that have several little drawers that you can pull out. It's like the colorful little drawers. Anyways, I organize them and I put my different printables in them and different projects, but then I end up making more piles to go in those drawers. So I'm really trying to figure out the best way to organize that, because what I've noticed is if I don't see it, I don't remember I have it. And if I have it on a pile, then I remember it is in that pile. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And I know some of you are probably cringing, going, oh my gosh, piles. You're probably the type of person that doesn't want to see anything, and everything's behind cupboards and doors and all put away. I like to see it all. So I'm like a kid in a candy store. When I walk in, I want to see all the flavors, all the colors, everything already out there. And like I said, some people just, I see their craft spaces and everything is behind a door. Everything looks like you don't even work in that space. And I love that, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't be able to work that way, or at least maybe I haven't found the right system to work that way. So leave a comment below. Let me know what kind of organizer you are. I think I'm more like a macro organizer. So I'll put things in themes, you know, like it will be all, I'll give you an example, like my stamps, right? Or not stamps, my die cuts. I'll have my die cuts organized by like season or shape, that sort of thing. And then it doesn't really matter the company that it came from. And I'll just sort of organize it this way. And instead of, I've noticed some people organize it by company. And then within that, there's a subcategory and then another subcategory. I tend to just sort of put it all in one bin, but then I know what's in that bin, right? I don't know if that makes sense. The one thing that I do enjoy doing is separating things by season or maybe by theme. So for example, Halloween, I'll put it all together. Christmas, I'll try and keep all that together. You know, winter, I'll try and keep all that together. When it comes to papers though, that's the most difficult one, because then I would just have bins and bins and bins of different types of paper. But yeah, I'm really trying to figure out the best way to organize myself, because while I know where things are and I know where to find them, when I show you the video of my space, you'll see what I'm talking about with piles. I mean, I won't be able to take those away because I work in piles, but you'll see what I'm talking about when I say the way that I can keep myself organized in my brain is to know what pile I have put something on top of. I don't know how that even works, but maybe I would like to change that a little bit. So if you're a person that piles and has found a better way to pile your items, let me know and leave a comment below. I would appreciate it. Okay, so getting back to the final pieces of our project, I took the fabric piece that I had for the pocket. I folded about 1/4 inch of it inside the pocket to give it a little bit more grip when you've got something going in and out. And I'm just using my tacky glue. I find this works really well on my paper with my fabrics. I didn't have my fabric tack on hand at the moment, so this will work for now, and I've tried it before and it works really well. Everything sticks. What I did have to do is cut the other fabric piece to match this accordion design, because the one I had previous was a little bit shorter. So I just went ahead and made sure that it fit to make the pocket on this side, and then the other piece was already long enough to make the little tuck spot. So I will show you how I add that one as well, and you can see how quickly and fun this is to put together. You have, as I said, all the elements that you have to make it look very similar to the one I've made. And if you happen to have a lot of these pieces as well, then you get to you know, kind of put them to use if you wanted to make something similar. Another thing that I thought would be great is for you to try out some of these dies. If you thought about getting them before and you really haven't, you get to actually see them up close, because I've cut up a few of them. I don't know if anyone's interested in maybe getting little packages of die cuts. If that's something that you're interested, let me know, leave a comment below, and I will try and see if I can put those together as well. I personally love to try things out before I commit. And usually I end up, you know, seeing what others have made with them. If I see a project that I like, that someone has used a lot of pieces that I'm interested in, I'll purchase that project, because I really want to see firsthand how, you know, everything is and how everything looks. So that to me is just very exciting when it comes to making projects and creating, is trying out the pieces that I might permanently want to, you know, to own. So here I'm showing you again just the different little bits that will be included in these kits. I'll have a few available. If you don't see them listed in the shop, send me an email. I may be able to put an extra one together. I am not sure yet, but if you don't see them, if they're gone, or if I forget to put something up, then yeah, just send me a message and let me know. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this project. I am trying to make the videos where I share the project and then I decorate the project with you a little bit more, because you all seem to enjoy the last few that I have made. But again, I might go back to making the videos where I share the project and then I show you the base of the item, if you know, if that's the time frame that I'm working with. This one took a little long because I had to do it in many different stages and kind of reorganizing my space a little bit here and there. So I'm glad that I finally was able to put it together. It is a really super fun project. Like I said, you can make it with whatever you already have at home, and just follow the, you know, maybe the ideas that I have or get inspired by them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I have another video coming up, and stay tuned for my next few videos. I have some exciting things happening. I am looking forward to it. Thanks so much for stopping by.